All right, by popular demand, as usual, I think our most repeated guest, as well as the most loved, the most in demand, right? The amount of, it's embarrassing for me to say, the amount of mail that I actually get about Aurora and not me is astonishing. And I shouldn't be admitting that, because now I'm going to get more Aurora mail. And you've clearly dressed today.
It's very, very interesting.
And get this, she does audio orgasms. You win that contest yesterday?
Actually, I wasn't supposed to win the contest. I was just supposed to let people know how they... I was like a guideline.
You and your guidelines. First, anal sex guidelines.
Yeah. Now, audio orgasms.
Audio orgasms. All right. You know what's coming next, right?
My voice is all scratchy.
So are all of us. None of us have slept in days.
I've slept. My voice is all scratchy.
Right, we want to hear a scratcher. All right. How old does this sport pubes?
Honestly, I've always felt that it was sexier to have a little bit of hair down there.
It is.
And I would always kind of keep like a smaller triangle or like a strip. And actually, a couple years ago, I saw Sasha Grey with like a big bushy triangle, and I was like, well, fuck it, I could do it too. And ever since then, I just had it. It's more comfortable, it's sexier to me, and whatever, I like it. I keep it in a nice, shapely manner.
I can't tell what shape it is. What
makes me super happy. I don't know, I love this shit. I love it. I can't really see myself being as happy as I am now doing anything else, so.
Wow, really? So what was the last thing you worked on?
The last thing I did was a scene for Sweetheart Video, the booth that I'm signing at. I work for them all the time. I'm in almost every movie, and I worked with Anne Marie Rios, and it was one of the best scenes I've ever done. She was...
Which part?
Which part what? Oh, that you flew halfway across the country to get me in Todd's pants.
Yeah, there's one of two things I want to witness for the end of the day. Either a giant grin on Todd's face or you beating the shit out of him.
I was like, witness? Whoa, Todd. You have some fucking kinky friends, motherfucker. Like, you brought your friend here to watch. All right.
No.
I didn't know you wanted it like that, buddy.
No, I'm here to trap, not watch. Once you've agreed to beat the hell out of him, or fuck them, my job is done and I can go home to Illinois.
All right, well then you should probably stay here just for the sheer suspense of you having to witness all of this fantastic clusterfuck.
But if you really love Todd, he's paying me by the hour.
No, he's not.
By the hour. So the longer you take before you actually beat the shit out of him or fuck him, the more he's got to shell out. So you're going to make him bankrupt if you don't make a choice pretty sooner.
Well, after Saturday, we'll just have to rob you and take all the money back. And then we'll just put you on the plane, and you'll be so happy to get on the plane after that. Because I could just beat you up, that's fine.
All right, as long as somebody's getting beaten up or fucked, it's all good. It all works.
You guys are so strange.
You gotta cut me some slack. You're the first interview of the day with a toy microphone and a fake camera.
All right, well, you're going to have to
right,
have some more girls. If you're going to
so
ask about the sex that I've had, then you need to operationally.
All right. So the definition of sex is, let's say, intimate, what you just described as fooling around, right? No clothes, somebody gets an orgasm.
Okay, well, no clothes is also throwing it in because...
All right. Let's switch
I'm
it.
a fetishist and, you know,
Right.
I wear this shit while I fuck. That's kind of the point.
That's hot.
That's hot.
All right, let's change this definition. So we're clearly getting nowhere in this sociological study of Aiden. The new definition... Yeah, because you're either getting beaten up or fucked when this thing is over, right? I need ratings. So the definition of sex is, I say, one or the other person, preferably both, has an orgasm.
Okay.
So let's define that as sex. How much sexual interaction, how much interaction did you have with another person where at least you or they had an orgasm prior to coming to the business?
Not a lot. Not a lot.
Not a lot, really?
Not a lot. No, not a lot. A lot of erotic knife play and bondage and blood drinking, but not a lot of orgasms.
Whoa. All right.
You asked.
I know. You're just throwing stuff in there and you're sending me on these ADD tangents.
You fucking wanted to know.
All right. I no longer recall what my original question was because I heard something about blood drinking. And I've always wondered about this, right? Because I've seen girls in the business who age and get better looking, and I've seen girls in the business who age and are really washed up by the time they're 20.
Yeah.
Right? And I have a theory that they have to drink the blood of virgin 16-year-old boys in order to get better looking as they get older. So I'd like to hear your take on it doesn't have to be virgin blood.
No, virgin blood is no good. It needs to be somebody like older and experienced. Virgin blood is no good.
And why is that?
It doesn't taste good. It just doesn't taste good.
Is it for the taste or nutritional value that gets added to the blood as if somebody's older?
Taste.
Just flat out taste?
Yeah, it's the experience level of the person.
All right.
Doesn't that make sense? If you're drinking someone's blood and you're imbibing their essence, that you're looking to imbibe their experience, and somebody with no experience wouldn't taste very interesting.
That's an interesting theory. How does that stay in the blood?
Oh, God, I don't know. If I knew that, I wouldn't be here doing this.
Yeah, we've just changed this from a porn interview to a biological study. Yeah, exactly, right? So apparently this is my new PhD work and has nothing to do with what's going on in this convention. So I got to know, an experienced person's blood tastes better, and you've tried both?
Yes.
So it's statistically significant that an experienced person's blood tastes better.
Yeah, you know what it probably is that experienced people with blood play especially are usually not afraid. And younger people who haven't done it before are, so you can kind of taste the adrenaline in their blood. You can taste the fear in their blood.
Oh.
It doesn't taste very good. I like the way it smells, but I don't like the way it tastes.
All right, we are here with Alana Evans. How are you?
I am awesome. And yourself?
Great. Well, I'm great now. So, you have won some awards in the past year, right?
I have lots of great nominations, but last year I won Best Solo Sex Scene for my solo masturbation in the most amazing movie of the year last year, Corruption.
The most amazing movie of the year was Corruption. Wow.
Absolutely. Yeah,
That's
it's
the new
in
category,
its
most
own.
amazing.
Definitely. No, it killed. We took home 7 awards.
That's awesome.
Absolutely, including Movie of the Year.
Wow. I'm not sure if anything happened like that since 7 Deadly Sins. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I wouldn't know.
So what are you working on lately?
Lately, I'm Mrs. B in Not the Brady's Triple X, so that's been a really big thing. A bunch of nominations again this year thanks to that movie.
What's the plot of that movie? Is it,
The kids gotta help mom and dad save the house.
get out of here.
Yeah, so they all do different odd jobs and porno jobs to try to help everything.
Does Mrs. Brady actually finally get to fuck Greg?
Not yet. Not yet.
Really?
They hooked Mrs. B up with the dad.
How do you have an X-rated Brady Bunch and have no crazy incest?
It's called The Sequel. And Marsha and Greg went ahead and took care of getting the incestuousness in there.
Interesting, really?
Absolutely. It was a lot of fun. It's a great movie.
Yeah. Have sex with any of the daughters then?
No, not yet. Not yet.
It's just Mr. Brady and Alice?
Well, yeah, pretty much for me. Wanted to be a feature dancer. Got started doing porn and never really left to dance. I'm all about being in front of the camera. It's been a lot of fun.
Okay. Did you have a lot of sex before getting in the industry?
I was a swinger, so yeah, it was easy.
You were a swinger? Yeah. How
Definitely.
old were you when you started swinging?
Oh, I was 18.
All right, now let's hear the truth.
You know what?
14?
I hooked up with my ex-husband at like 15.
15, okay.
I was married by 18, so we were probably already swinging by the time I was like 17.
Wow, how does that happen? How does a guy convince his 17-year-old girlfriend to start swinging?
We were begging our friends. It's no convincing. It's easy.
And what town did this happen in?
Northern California.
It's always in California. You poor Midwest fans have no chance of anything.
I've moved on though, much better relationship, better life, all that good stuff. And now we have sex with all of each other's friends again.
There you go. Throw formal orgies, everyone comes over, plays Scrabble, and you have sex.
Exactly.
Watch Survivor on TV or wherever the hell you guys are watching. This is the rest of the show for 2 more seasons. It's all Aurora all the time.
I love you. You were awesome. I am here at CES 2008 signing for Anabolic Video, who I might add I've done some of my more, I don't know, say explicit work for. You know, double anal, triple penetration, all that kind of stuff.
All right, so how does a civilian girl at home, learn how to do a double anal?
Oh, jeez. Yeah,
I made that one up on the spot, too. Good, huh?
Good for you. A civilian girl, I would say, you know, are you saying civilian girl who's already well-versed in anal? Because you have to at least start with anal. Let's say normal person who doesn't normally even do it.
Normal person who's just trying to make her guy happy.
Okay.
She doesn't even want to do it, but she's going to do it.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. The first time, if you've never done it the first time, it hurts. It does, okay? No lying, it hurts. However, it really hurts due to the reason that, like, for myself, the first time I did anal, it hurt, but only because I was so tense. I had my whole body just tense, and I was waiting for it, and I just knew. I knew it was going to hurt, so it did, because I was so tense. And, of course, you know, my guy told me it wasn't going to hurt. As soon as he stuck it in, I jumped. I jumped a couple feet away from him, turned around, screamed at him. I'm surprised I didn't smack him. I'm like, it hurt, you lied. And of course, we're at home. Yeah. So he's like, no. So then after that, it took him about 2 months. He's like, well, you know, the first time hurts, but after that, it doesn't hurt. And I'm like, bull. It does too. So anyway, 2 months of his convincing, because it was like forbidden fruit, you know. Oh, yeah.
2 months.
All
right, so your first
I'm describing
25
my civilian time.
Oh, I gotcha.
So anyway, so he finally convinces me to do it again. Try it again. This time I'm more relaxed. I guess what I'm basically saying, girls, is if you relax, it'll be, you kind of have to do it maybe, 1 to 3 times, get used to it, get used to the feeling, and then after that it becomes really enjoyable and fun. But you've actually got to be willing to figure out how it's enjoyable for you if you want to do that.
Keep in mind, Aurora's a pro, so with us, you may have to try it 5 to 6 times while you're screaming and crying before you might actually start. So if you don't get it, you just keep trying, and eventually you'll stop screaming and crying and it'll get good.
Do you know how bad that sounds? Screaming and crying. I don't say that. I didn't say that.
We have the ability to mold young minds here.
Blah, 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 blah. It's all I heard.
It is an analist society out there. All right.
I'm anchored already. I've already got one in my ass. And he comes, he grips me around the shoulders, holds me down, presses up against me, and goes, okay, relax, we're gonna do this. And I'm like, do what?
More lies.
Yeah.
Nice.
No. No, it was actually a really cool thing. It was very intense. It was it was almost one of those pain pleasure sensors, and it just got hit really hard, and it was good.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Right. More dicks in your ass, the better, right?
Depending. It depends on.
Minds here. Be careful.
You know what? It depends on who's throwing it. It always depends. Yes, size matters, by the way. So size matters.
You just
it depends on
ostracized
how
our
they throw it.
entire viewing audience.
That's not true. I didn't say big or small. You're mistaken.
You just
And
won them
this
all
is true.
back.
I think sometimes, you know what, big guys throw it a bit too roughly, and maybe they're not always, and the smaller guys throw it just right, and they hit those points they should be hitting.
Wow. So can you fit 3-4 Asian guys in there, and that's all good?
I've never tried it.
All right.
I'm willing, though.
Excellent. So how about before porn? What was your sex life like? I'm stumbling. I've just imagined Jay thrusting inanimate objects into her ass and her yelling and crying and slapping him around and making him cook and clean.
Okay, so before porn, I was very conservative. I'd had maybe 3 or so boyfriends, maybe 4. But, they were all long-term boyfriends. Nobody was too short. Never had a fuck buddy, one night stand. Nothing like that. I couldn't even imagine taking off my clothes in front of a stranger. So in many ways, porn was morally challenging. I didn't know if I was going to do this and walk away from it and feel okay with myself personally. And I did, oddly enough. And it turned out that porn was actually a really great a great experience. It was almost a safe place to try things that never would have entered my mind otherwise. So I have gotten to experience and learn a lot of things about myself sexually that I never would have had I not been in this business.
Wow. That's a great answer. Porn is a safe place to learn about yourself.
Well, there's a reason it's a safe place. We all get tested. And most of the people, when this is your job, you tend to take care of your body a little bit more. There's always rules to the there's always exceptions to the rule. But in general, people tend to take care of those parts, a little more. They pay a little more attention if they're catching something or not, so forth. I've got friends that I went to college with, and they call me up and they're like, oh my God, I just went to that bar and I went home with this guy. I'm like, you just went home with a random guy? Not tested. They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh my God. I can never do that. So in a way, porn, and I am comparing this to the civilians I know, that go to college and they just go home with anybody. And it just blows my mind.
What college is this?
UC Irvine. Oh. I actually just did an interview for them earlier, and they were amazed that I went to their school. Yeah. But I mean, it's just, and I figure that's probably the average person. You hook up at a bar, you go home, you have a good time. You don't know this person. You don't know if they're tested. You don't know their background. And in the industry, people come up to you and they go, hey, would you do a gangbang? Would you do, two guys? Would you do a guy and a girl? And maybe it's something you never thought of, but it's something you're like, hey, I'm open to that. Let's try it. Not only do you get to try something new that maybe you never thought of, you get paid for it. And you can feel like, hey, I can trust these people. They're not going to take advantage of me. There's a crew. There's a director. I'm safe. I can go ahead and give myself over to the scene, give it my all, and make it the best I can. And if something bad happens, I know I've got that safety net, be it the director or the crew.
We're here with Hillary Scott. The new superstar is going to win everything this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah? So you've been running the floor, signing, and...
Yes, working my little ass off and the non-literal.
Little ass is the key.
Little itty bitty ass. Anal, God bless anal fisting? Is that what?
It's the smallest ass you've ever seen that can take the most, I don't want to say abuse, heat, volume.
Love.
The most.
Love. The baseball bat of love.
All right, so were you having a lot of sex prior to the industry? Because you really can't take a lot of abuse, so I'd be surprised if you jumped right into a baseball bat in your ass.
No, I was practically virginal before porn. I was only with like 7 or 8 guys max. Max?
It's not practically virginal.
These days? Are you kidding me? Compared to these days? Yeah.
These days? How old were you when you started?
21.
That's in the business, right?
Yes.
What about having sex?
18.
So just 3 years?
Yeah. See? I know, it's a lot in 3 years though. I don't, because I was very sexual, but very shy. And those two, it's kind of hard to be both of those. So that's why I got into porn. I just got a constant supply of cock. I don't have to go out and seek it. It's already there for me, and I get paid to do it.
Interesting. I wouldn't think that horny 16-year-old Hillary has to go out and seek cock.
Well, you gotta leave your house and find an attractive mate.
Oh, he's got to be attractive.
Ideally.
I mean, doesn't cock knock on your door when you're 16?
Cock knocking on my door.
What was that, a song?
I sang it. Don't start me singing. I'm a karaoke fool.
Are you? I want to hear the rest of this cock knocking on my door song.
I have to write it first. Come back in an hour. I have a cute little song and dance for you.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so you're going to finish your story before I so rudely interrupted with your song about...
What was I saying?
How you have to go out and seek cock.
Well, you gotta leave your house and meet people. Gotta advertise.
Okay, well, what about the first guy? How did the first guy get in your pants?
Oh, I was 18 years old. I just wanted to get it over with. I just wanted to get fucked already, so I fucked my coworker.
And what job?
What? Some stupid job, like data entry, office bullshit.
You were an office girl?
I was an office girl.
Wow, that is so hot.
Yeah. I sold mortgages before I got into porn. That was my last job.
Wow.
Interesting transition, I know.
You're a virgin, mortgager, girly.
And now I'm a whore. It's baseball bats in her ass. What happened?
All right, so then how'd you jump from I want to get
I
it
don't
over
know.
with in the office?
I was just boring. I will never work in an office again. I don't care what job I have to do, how broke I am. I will never work in an office for the rest of my
But
life.
how does that jump
Hate
to taking fists and God knows what in your ass?
I don't know. I'm just crazy like that.
You just woke up one day and said, I think I'm going to like some
Pretty
love
much.
sex in my ass?
It was overnight.
And how long did it take for you to have sex with the next guy?
Oh, I fucked his roommate. Not long.
All right, that's a story. So, you had sex with this guy, what, in the office? Working late one
No,
night?
in his apartment, in his bed. Boring.
Boring. So he said, that's not enough. Let me go to his roommate.
His roommate had a bigger cock. I saw him walking around the apartment, and I'm like, he has a bigger dick. I should switch.
And how long did it take you to score his roommate?
A couple months.
Months? God, you work slow.
I was inexperienced and shy.
And then third guy was who? Like, their dad?
Who is number 3? I don't even know. I don't even know.
All right, love. All the girls actually want to know how you keep your body so tiny.
It's actually not staying tiny anymore. I'm turning 25 in less than a month, and I'm at that age where I'm not staying thin.
All right.
I don't know. I don't do
nothing?
anything, no. I don't work out. I don't diet, no.
So you're naturally this tiny?
Yeah, I don't know how. I should be obscenely obese. I live on Taco Bell.
Quite possibly.
Have you ever tried that? Just driving around in a car and picking up young teenage girls to...
No, I've never done that. Have you?
The only reason I don't is because nowadays, like 14-year-olds look like they're 20.
14? How'd you jump to 14? So you'd accidentally pick up a 20-year-old and...
My little sister, when she was 12, she had size double D tits, okay? So you gotta be careful.
I get spoiled when I actually go to work and they're like, here, we brought you a girl to fuck. So it's like, why would I work harder to go
Exactly.
do it on my own?
Just to see if it would work.
I guess that's
It's a little different with civilians, right?
Well, I mean, I gotta try before I
So you're
die.
the one
Obviously,
fisting,
it's
not
like,
getting fisted usually.
Oh, I don't mind. I like it. I need a little fisting once in a while.
Do you? Now, what is it about that? Now, from a guy's perspective, that sounds so god-awful.
It's just intense. It's like, especially when it's eased in and it's like the tension's already built up and you're like hot and heavy and then someone just, woo, it's fun.
The first time I got to have sex with Sammy, I'm like smacking her tits all lightly. She's like, no, smack me. She likes it. I'm like, I don't want to hurt you. She's like, do it.
Yeah,
So how much sex did you have before coming into the industry?
lots.
What?
Lots and lots.
Yeah. How old were you when you got started?
16 and a half.
I was 16 too.
16?
Yep.
Both of you? Is that a coincidence?
I don't
Apparently.
know. We're both from Boston, maybe.
That's what us Boston
It was
girls-
at the same time, same house, same guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tell the story. It was a guy, I'm assuming?
Of course. But we've messed around before.
I messed around with girls before I was ever with a guy.
Yep.
Girls
Oh,
are
okay.
fun.
They
So
are.
you didn't count it as losing your virginity until it was an actual guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some girls beg to differ on that one.
Huh?
Some girls beg to differ on that one. I get different responses on that.
It doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't feel the same losing your virginity. It just doesn't,
Yeah, it's not a cock.
when I have sex
not
with
a cock.
people, it's just like fun. It doesn't feel like I had sex. It does, but it's just weird. Like it doesn't, I don't know what I mean. I don't know.
Different
Never mind.
hormones.
Right.
It's just like this fantasy. It doesn't feel like real.
Yeah. Well, with the guy, where was it?
House.
Yeah, house.
That's what, your house? Your parents' house?
His house.
His house.
His house? He had a house?
Yeah.
His parents' house.
Parents' house. Yeah, you gotta be specific because every horny 60-year-old guy is going, teenage girls will come over to my house and fuck me? So, you gotta be specific. Don't get their hopes up. I know this is porn, but you can be honest. This is regular TV.
Yeah, it was his house.
Yep.
Both of you.
Older.
He was
How
older.
much older?
How old was he?
6 years older.
Yeah. He was an older guy.
Wow. So how did a guy in his 20s pick up a 16-year-old girl?
Because I was a very bad girl and would go to parties that I wasn't supposed to go to.
Yeah, we sneak out.
You just sneak out.
Yeah.
I didn't sneak out. I just said I was going someplace else.
What made you such naughty girls?
Everyone's like that.
Exactly.
Don't look so
That's
surprised.
not true.
I'm gonna go spend the night at Sammy's house, and Sammy's gonna go spend the night at Lexi's
Oh
house.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
And then Lexi and Sammy never go home to anybody's
No,
house.
but yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that though. I never said if I said I was going to this girl's house, she never said she was coming to my house, because then that's just
Yeah, the parents.
Then you get busted somehow?
yeah.
Yeah, the parents called. I talked to my kid. Like, well, your kid's not here. My kid went to your house.
Yeah. I'd say someone that I wasn't like really talking to at that time a lot, because then I could like guarantee that they definitely wouldn't call my house.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's pretty slick.
Yeah. I'm
Oh.
one.
She's slicker than I am.
Little tricks of the trade for all those 16-year-olds out there.
For all those 6-year-olds that may actually watch this, whatever doesn't get cut out of YouTube or whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So these are really hot. How long does it take you to...
I didn't put them on. The makeup artist did.
You're so spoiled. You get a makeup artist?
We have to.
Really?
Yeah.
You have to?
We
Like,
have
you decide to do your own, they say no?
Well, I mean, you have the option, but they prefer that since you're representing their company, that they put on your makeup. See, it matches the bra.
That's adorable.
Thank you.
Precious.
I'm putting a microphone to it as if to say something.
I say, no, it's better than that.
But that says stuff too.
Yeah, she was quite the attention getter today with her ass.
Yeah, I do it all the time. It's easy. I get to stay off my feet. I just get in a chair and pop my butt out. People take pictures,
People take pictures.
and I say hi, and my feet are good at the end of the day.
Yeah. Oh, I've resorted to Uggs.
That's cute.
What?
though.
Those are... Look at these.
These are.
These are moon boots.
Shut the hell up.
They're moon boots. It doesn't snow in Nevada. You know this, right?
Are amazing boots.
And why is that?
Don't mess with my boots.
They're moon boots.
They're Uggs.
And what's the difference?
Don't you know what Uggs are? They're amazing. They're wonderful for your feet.
Now, what's the difference? What's the difference between that and trying to climb Mount Everest with those?
They don't have little spikes in the bottom.
Yeah, they don't have spikes.
And they're not made out of that, like...
And they're comfortable.
And they're cute.
And they're fashionable.
Well, moon boots are fashionable and cute. 1985,
Ugh.
where it actually snows and you actually have to wear moon boots.
Well, we're from
I'm
where it
taking you
snows.
shopping.
Where are you guys from? Boston, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
we live in
snows
LA
there.
though.
Yeah.
So how'd you get rid of your Boston?
I don't know.
You sound pretty California now, you know.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Yeah, because it's an accent. You don't want people to be like, oh, you're from Boston.
But it's a hot accent.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. no,
No.
it's not.
It is say something sexy in a Boston accent.
You want to go to the bars and get some beers?
That is not.
Yeah, you sounded like a 50-year-old lady with a cigarette on that one.
I'm losing my voice.
Say something hot in this accent. I know it.
I might throw up.
Like, I'd like to suck your cock. That's pretty hot, right?
No.
I hate that when they go to
That is awful.
What? That totally works for me, and I said it to myself, and that totally turned me on. You're gonna get so much hate mail from the East Coast after this gets aired.
East Coast people, chill.
So where in Boston are you guys from?
I lived out in East Boston,
And East Boston is?
like the little part of Boston that's on the other side of the
On the
river.
east side.
Makes no sense to me whatsoever.
If you're there, people that are from there, they know
Yeah.
what it is.
Oh, like how's that? Where's that compared to like Gloucester and stuff like
Well,
that?
I'm from Gloucester, actually.
Are you really?
I am.
Wow, can you fish and whatnot?
Actually, my father's a fisherman, and I have fished many a times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good call.
You're wasting your time in porn if you can be hanging out.
Actually, I make just about as much money fishing as I do in porn.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
So,
People like that because that's all they get to see of us.
yeah, and you know what? And I'm really bored asking you what your favorite sex position is. I could care less, actually, to be honest with you.
I'm hurt that you don't want to know my favorite.
Let me guess, it's doggy with a fist in your ass?
Yeah.
All right, we are here with the greatest performer ever. This is Monique.
Hi, who are you? I'm like,
So,
what's up?
So I just found out the reason she gets hotter and hotter every time you see her is because of Tybo.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And also, I could probably kick somebody's ass after I do it.
All right, how many guys have you beaten up in the last couple years?
Too many to name. I beat them all up.
You beat them all up.
I beat them all up.
All right, so what have you been working on lately?
Doing a lot of MILF stuff. Something about the MILFs that's driving people crazy. So a lot of cheating, MILFs, and dirty over 30, and of course my website, which is moniquesweb.com.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug, sorry.
All right, so we got to get down. This is TV. We got to get ratings. So we got to get down to questions you might be uncomfortable with. Uh-oh. So we'll start slow. How much sex did you have before getting in the industry?
Oh boy, a lot of sex. I mean, the movies did help. And then when I got into the business, I had specific names and things that I wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like 2 guys, 2 girls, or you know what I mean? There were specific things I wanted to do.
Wow, that's hot.
Yeah, I had a list. It was like a fantasy. Check them off one by one.
So how old were you then when you lost your virginity?
Oh boy, 15.
15! All right, I want to hear this story.
It's a birthday party. We had snuck some alcohol in. So it was a birthday party at my house. 15, of course. And
So wait, it's your birthday party?
Yes.
So you just turned 15?
Yes. So we had a party at my house, well, my mom's house at the time. And we snuck in the bathroom. Typical 15-year-old stuff, sneaking in,
Who was it? Another 15-year-old?
Another guy. No, it was another 15-year-old from school. Filipino guy.
Filipino guy, woo! Asians never get laid. Ever. I'm telling you, everyone's always Lexington this or big dicked white guy that. Asians never get any action.
Oh. Well, there's not enough of them.
I'm cathartic with that story. I feel like I lost my virginity to you at your mom's house at your birthday party.
He was that guy.
All right, wait, so other people were there?
Yeah, they were kind of guarding the door. It was kind of,
Get out of here. Other people knew what was going on.
Yeah. It was, 15, childish. Didn't know what I was doing.
None of that happened in my neighborhood.
No?
Like, we're lucky if we got spin the bottle or some nonsense. There was no who's going to lose their virginity in the closet. What?
Sorry. It just had to happen. I was just,
So how was
it was
it?
either behind the bleachers or I was a freak.
Everyone was cheering you on. Was everyone taking turns losing their virginity?
No. I
It
think
was just your birthday present from this very nice Filipino boy?
He didn't know, but
Oh, he didn't know.
I guess I was kind of aggressive. Well, I was very aggressive.
Oh, so it was your plan.
Yeah. I just wanted to get laid. I wanted to fondle and play and, I was curious. Weren't you curious at 15?
I was, but I was a guy, so I didn't get any.
Oh, well, I don't know. I just had to take it. If I wasn't going to, I was going to wait around, I was going to take it. So invite some people over, have a little bit of alcohol. And
Your mother had no idea this was going on.
no, she had a chaperone. And the chaperone didn't know. And she didn't know. And we were naughty. We just did naughty stuff.
Yeah. Was it quick, I take it then?
Yes, very painful. But I'd like to find that Filipino guy because I was kind of amateur, but I think I could turn him out. Like, I remember.
I'm sure it was still the time of his life. From a guy's perspective, even quick and painful is still the time of your life when it's your first time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then smooth sailing from then.
Then you just started having sex every day from that point on?
I wouldn't say every day, but, I wanted more, I wanted more.
Were you a huntress? Were you picking out guys in high school?
Well, I knew what I wanted, and I go after it. No different from making movies.
All right.
I want it, I'm going to take it.
Wow, you should run this entire company. That's the attitude.
You got to take it, right? Or else it'll never happen, but
Wow.
worked.
Wow. All right, so you had sex in a bathroom, right?
Yes.
It wasn't a closet, it was a bathroom?
It was like bathroom.
Okay.
It was dark,
And then the next day you woke up and said, I want to try 2 guys now? Like, how did it jump to...
No, I still continued, I had a lot of sex, but it was with the same people. So more with the Filipino guy, more. And then when I started watching porn, course, at 18, moved out, got my own porn collection, started accumulating names, and okay, TT boy, ooh, who's this sexy guy? Oh, his name is Mr. And I wanted to go out and find him.
That's exactly how
I had so many
all the guys
fantasies.
get
I was like a
involved.
closet freak, and like I said, I had that list. I wanted to do it. I wanted,
Wow. So who got you your first gig? Or did you just walk in and say, I'm fucking him, you're paying me?
Actually, I was in dancing. My name was Sugar. Taylor Wayne came in with her husband, said, and I started doing magazines, said, Sugar, that's how she talks with a little accent, and she wanted to book me for magazines. So that's what it started. She started that, the magazines, and then her husband started filming me, and I just started doing girls. I just wanted to pace myself. I knew what I wanted, but I didn't want to do it right away. Let me work my way into it. So I think my very first film was, oh my God. So Girl. I want to say video team. I remember Tabitha for some reason. Back in the day, I don't know if you remember Tabitha, but I think that was my first Girl, and exactly, that was a while ago. So
That was your first scene, huh?
yes, and she was a hottie. Yeah.
He remembers the whole thing, every second of it.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I think it was a sister, and it continued to there. Then I got the contracts, and
Wow. So you still have sex socially?
it's so funny because most of my sex is on film. There's no off-camera sex.
None of it?
No, I guess that's why I'm an animal. I'm like, ugh, dick hungry. There's not really much sex off the camera. It's all on camera. It's all for you guys.
Do that grunt again. I'm so turned on, I have no idea what we're talking about.
He's like, that's how it started.
Wow, so here's the impression I get. So you're pretty much just jumped in, company like video team, grunted and screamed and fucked your way to the top?
Yes.
Wow.
Learned that I'm just Gonzo girl.
Wow, so what's a guy got to do to get you in bed socially? Because clearly working through a system and trying to get you to be booked with him doesn't work.
It doesn't work?
It doesn't work.
Why? Well, off the camera, you saying? Have a girlfriend. That's like the foreplay, If I could take the guy and the girl together, that'd be great.
Did you hear that? So if you want Monique, you gotta bring a girl with you. It's like trying to get into an orgy. You can't really kind of get in yourself. You gotta bring your wife.